What is going on, YouTube? This is Jim Fanis live back from Patuxent River, Maryland, the asshole of the continental United States. I had to go there for some work, but I am back. Extremely jet lagged, one of the worst flights I've ever been on, but I wanted to do a quick video. And before I begin, I wanted to thank ZecTech Bro for the really cool new banner that I'm using on my channel. You probably noticed that it changed. So thank you so much for that. It's really, really cool. It's a lot better than my old banner, which I think was of maybe Dark Souls 1, like a really blurry Dark Souls picture, but I don't remember. Doesn't matter. I got the cool new one now, so thanks again. What I wanted to talk about today was Destiny, of all things. I got an email while I was on travel from Bungie asking me if I still enjoyed playing Destiny. It was really, really weird. I can't really remember any kind of solicitation that I've gotten from a game company before asking us the gamer to rate their product outside of something like Amazon. It's like, how would you rate this product? It was really weird. I think they probably are hurting an awful lot right now. I've been talking about this in the past on my channel, kind of where I think the state of Destiny is. Clearly, I think the division probably scared them quite a bit, and I did go on to say in my division reviews, I did a couple videos on those, that I thought this was the Destiny killer, so to speak, because it really seemed that it was hitting all the notes that Destiny kind of have overlooked. Maybe the Taken King fixed a lot of that, but clearly the team is off doing Destiny 2, which leaves the original game kind of in the mist, just spinning aimlessly in outer space, doing nothing fun at all. And I think a lot of people are jumping ship. So obviously, this email seems to be a ploy in that, but it's kind of a weird way to ask that question. I think they probably can tell by the servers that no one's really playing much anymore. Yes, you're going to have your hardcore fans, and this is not to mean by any stretch of the imagination the game's dead. I'm sure new players are constantly jumping in the game who have yet to play it, like my friend John. But there are probably a lot of other people like him who have never played and go, oh, I want to see what this is all about now. The game's obviously a lot cheaper than it was. The price continues to go down. You get the Legendary Edition. You get all the crazy content in. If you've never played it before, it is tons of fun. The story, all the new weapons, the guns, the experience. Of course, it's really great. But for us vets who've been around since the alpha days, there's really not a lot going on. So for them to ask, hey, are you still playing our game? Are you still enjoying it? No, I'm not. I don't think it took a rocket science to figure that out. I'm not even sure why they had to ask that. It just seems kind of weird. Like an awkward first date that just ends even more awkwardly. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it any other way, but it just struck me as odd and kind of desperate and almost pathetic. And I don't want Bungie to feel that way. I mean, they delivered an amazing experience in the original Destiny. Yeah, there were a lot of critics, me being one of them, but just as much as I disliked a lot of elements of the game, I loved certain elements of the game. I loved the Taken King. I loved all the different gunplay, the Crucible, all the different modes that were inserted into the game. And yes, they did grow stale, but that's okay. No game lasts forever, right? I mean, for me, Halo 5 is a phenomenon. I can't explain it. I still play that game every single day. But for Destiny, it's okay. It's run its course. The new events aren't really doing it for anyone. I think they've probably realized that pretty quickly. It seems like their messaging is just a little off and broken, and this just seems like another weird message to send out. You know, devote your energy to this stupid survey and give us some new content. What is 1,000 of your, or not 1,000, thousands of your fans writing you saying, no, we're not happy with the game? What is that going to do? What is that going to prove? I mean, social media is basically slamming you guys, saying, where's the new stuff? So what is a survey going to accomplish? It's a weird messaging, and I think that goes back to kind of what I think the root of Destiny's problem is right now, is that you have this community manager who's not really saying anything, and you have a lot of mixed messages coming from that company. Oh, we're working on this. Oh, we're working on that. Things leak on the internet. We're working on Destiny 2, but we're working on the first one, but we don't have enough people. We're working on these community events, which isn't really taking off. I don't understand why on some of these companies it's so hard to right the ship, so to speak. I mean, you look at like the original Destiny, and it was very clear that the first two expansions, The Dark Below and The House of Wolves, were established during the core game and just pulled out because they were more of the same core game and nobody liked them. Not, I shouldn't say that. Nobody didn't like them, but the problems persisted. It wasn't until that feedback from the House of Wolves that really got into the development churn on the Taken King did we suddenly start to see a totally new expansion that was very, very different. In the same vein right now with these monthly events, whether it be the Sparrow Racing League or the Cupid Couples Month or whatever it is, no one's digging that. The churn, again, why are we waiting? How many more of these one-offs do we have to do before Destiny rights the ship? I mean, you can't sit here and tell me they have the next 16 months planned. And even if they did, even if year two is only going to be events every single month, it's clearly not working. So it's time to move on and do something else, you know? Obviously, again, going back to the role of the community manager, to me, that should be a two-way street. If I was the community manager of Destiny, I'd be reading the forums every day. I'd be reading Twitter every day. I'd be reading Reddit, NeoGAF, all the main hot sites, and seeing what people are saying. And the vast majority of people are not enjoying what is going on. And again, that's not to say that there isn't a small percentage of people that do enjoy it, and that's great, and there's no shame in that. And for the people who enjoy it, that's great. I'm happy for you guys. But for everyone else, it's just not working. But if I was a community manager, I would be going through, reading all these forum posts, reading all this, and I'd be going back to the creative team saying, hey, dudes, we got to freaking cut this out. This is not working. We need to give these guys a proper expansion. We need to make more guns, make more story, whatever it happens to be. So I don't understand why a company as mature as Bungie, who's been around since the era of video gaming, okay, not that long, but for quite a while, why are they not getting this? What is going on here with these guys that they're just not putting two and two together? Is it bad management? I mean, clearly the CEO is stepping down. Now that's probably got a lot to do with all this nonsense going on in the background with there's rumors of bad sales and all the expansions, and they're kind of got into bed with Activision and it didn't work out. I don't know what all the reasons are, but you know, there's a lot of turmoil in the company. It's very clear. So I'm hoping that when the new CEO steps in, I don't know if they've appointed a permanent position or an interim position. It doesn't matter. The point is the message needs to be made loud and clear what is going on, and it is not working. So it's unfortunate that a company as successful as Bungie is having all these problems. It's very surprising to me. You know, I think back to the Halo days when they were running the Halo series before selling it off to Microsoft slash 343, however that structure worked. Um, I don't remember that. And maybe the internet wasn't as prevalent then in terms of like Reddit and Twitter and Facebook and all these other sites just constantly bombarding with feedback. But they seem to be in control of that game. They seem to be in control of that franchise, of that series, of the path forward. And for some reason, Destiny is just lost in the mist, and it's unfortunate. I hope they figure it out. But I'll tell you, sending me an email asking me, do you think I am pretty? Yes, no. Do you like me? Not the right approach, guys. And it doesn't take a electrical engineer gone software to tell you guys that. I think, hopefully, somebody in that company probably realized it was a dumb idea, but unfortunately, it wasn't presented before they sent it out because it is kind of a running joke on the internet right now. And the last thing you guys need, Bungie, is to be the butt of any more jokes. You need to wow us at E3 with something to get people back into your camp because I think the division is a perfect storm. I really, really do. And there's definitely room in the market for both games to exist. Absolutely 100%, no doubt about it. But, you know, gamers have a very short-term memory. So use that to your advantage if you want to make something cool. But also don't use that to your disadvantage because we will move on to something else and you will be lost in just oblivion and no one will care about you anymore. And I don't want that to happen because I think what the vision, the original core vision, if you go back to the beginning of Destiny when it was being talked about and all the producers were talking about what they wanted the game to mean and what they wanted it to be, has strayed significantly from that vision to the product we have today. So if that is what you guys are selling, that's fine. But Stay true to your vision, really, more than anything. So, just a little ramble on all things Bungie. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think that I'm way off base here. I don't think I am. I think this is a pretty accurate assessment, obviously, because it's me. But if it doesn't make any sense and if I said anything wrong, I'm going to blame it on the jet lag because I'll tell you, that was one of the bumpiest flights I've ever been on in my entire life. As always, I want to thank you all for watching. And until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.